Real Scene TV is brought to you by Top Shelf Productions.
Hey Indianapolis, I'm Rashida and this is Danielle, and we are back on the couch for another episode of Real Scene TV.
So there's a really cool big event that's going on this weekend, Gen Con, and 3 years ago, Real Scene Cameras and myself actually went to Gen Con, and I was dressed as Robin from Batman, and I got to throw fire through my hands, so it was pretty cool.
I have never had the opportunity of going to Gen Con, but I did get to go to Indy Comic Con, and I dressed up like Batgirl, and I got to drive the Batmobile.
And see here, I thought throwing fire through my hands was cool. We got a lot of good stuff coming up in tonight's episode. Here it is, check it out.
I learned about the food and family of Iosos in downtown Indy.
I'm hanging out backstage with the guys from Naturally 7.
We're in the old pathology building, which is the Indiana Medical History Museum with Executive Director Sarah Holter. I'm here with Veronica at Rockin' the Runway.
We're out on the sweet streets of Indianapolis trying to figure out what your favorite candy is.
And at the end of the show, it's our favorite part. We are giving away tickets to Pink Droid.
Real Scene TV starts now.
Closed captioning brought to you by Pearl Street Pizzeria and Pub. Handmade pizzas, sandwiches, and salads using the best ingredients. Great local brews on tap for every palate. Cozy dining in the heart of downtown.
Team Real Scene heads over to Hoosier Park Grand Racing and Casino, courtesy of Cold Cock Whiskey and Joe's Grill, to check out Rocking the Runway.
Is this your first Rockin' the Runway show?
This is my first Rockin' the Runway show, and I must say Veronica Watkins does an excellent job of organizing, arranging everything with the event. I mean, it's such a blessing to, it's rare. It's a blessing and it's rare to not have to do all of the work and receive the proceeds. So just from that standpoint alone, she's been truly a blessing. Rockin' the Runway has truly been a blessing for the Fight for Life Foundation.
Tell us a little bit about your foundation.
Well, Fight for Life, we serve underserved youth in the areas of social emotional learning, education, and wellness. Something that I started during my playing days in the NFL with Indianapolis Colts, and something that I continue to push forward and to continue to move the mission, continue to touch as many lives as I possibly can in the Indianapolis area and also back in my hometown of Sharon, Pennsylvania.
So Nikki, tell me a little bit about why you've decided to be a part of Rockin' the Runway.
I am one that really appreciates giving back. I'm always involved in some type of charity organization within some capacity from a fashion perspective. So here was an opportunity and I was like, yes, definitely. Yes. And I love nurturing children, so yes.
You know, we wanted to get more community involvement. I think it's very important for every business to see a lot more of what we can do to help out the communities. And we're a newer business in town, so we're in the coal country. But since we've been out in about a year, I've tried to involve us in a little more charity, get our name out associated with more than just, bars, liquor stores, stuff like that. This is a great foundation, and with Marlon Jackson involved, it was a no-brainer for us. It was really good.
And today we are featuring the Fight for Life.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, this is the third year that we've done this. Each year we choose a different nonprofit that benefits. They get 100% of the proceeds. The first year we did it, the reason I did it the first year is because about 6 years ago I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And so I chose a foundation that was like close to home for me. So it was the Paul Feynman Jr. Foundation. The second year, I work at Hoosier Park as well. And so their charity of choice is United Way. And so we did it for United Way. The third year, which is this year, one of Marlon Jackson's board members came to me and asked if I would do it for his foundation. So I was very excited to do that.
Tell me a little bit about the sponsors that have,
This year we got Harley Davidson. Well, Benson's out of Muncie Motorcycles. They gave us 2 Harley Davidsons that we're going to auction off today. So hopefully 2 people or 1 person will walk away with 2 awesome bikes. We also had some local sponsors here in town. Cold Cock Whiskey's one, so that's pretty awesome. The Edgewood Country Club. It's a lot of great people that came together for this, so this is awesome. We have about 30 vendors here. So don't forget to go check them out.
I will, most definitely. And I really appreciate you having Real Scene here, to record and to give us our own sweets.
Yes.
We had food and drinks. It's been a really great experience. So thank you so much, Veronica.
You're welcome.
It looked like such a great time at that event with all the food, fun, and fashion, and the fact that it was for charity made it even better. Now, Indianapolis is full of restaurants that tickle the taste buds, and we're taking you to Iosos, the newest, oldest Italian garden restaurant.
We are here with Katie, the owner of the lovely Iozzo's, which is a fantastic Italian restaurant. And tell me, how do you pronounce it, not just the American way, but tell me how to pronounce it the true way.
Well, in the U.S. we say Iozzo's.
Okay, Iozzo's.
Iozzo's Garden of Italy. And in Italy we say Iozzo, because there's no really I in the Italian language.
And you have to do it with passion, right?
Absolutely. It's all about the passion.
And you can definitely tell that passion when you walk into this beautiful restaurant. It is gorgeous, and it has not only just a family flavor and a family history, but it has some local art in it as well.
Absolutely.
And so let's talk about the family history.
Sure.
Your whole family, actually, you have some of your family that works here, which is pretty
cool. A lot of
cool.
family members who work here.
And it started as a family restaurant,
It did.
right?
So a restaurant was extremely popular in the 1930s. Our family basically helped introduce spaghetti to the city of Indianapolis.
So your family is the family I need to thank, because I'm a huge spaghetti fan.
Absolutely.
And apparently there are many people in Indianapolis that are, because it's one of your popular items here.
Absolutely. Spaghetti and meatballs is the most popular dish. The meatballs are the original recipe from my great-grandmother that she brought over with her from Italy in 1924, 1925.
Wow.
So yeah, the same recipes. We cook them in the same sauce that they did, the same ingredients. So it's really great.
I've also heard rumor that this beautiful patio out back shows some movies sometimes.
We do. We do twice a year. We're doing one in September. Every Wednesday during the summertime, we have live music outside. So that's great. So we get to utilize the patio for events. Tonight we're doing a wine tasting. So we have 3 of our famous Italian meatballs, Iozzo meatballs, tossed with a little bit of spaghetti and our Iozzo sauce, served up in a martini glass. So we also did our grilled vegetable plate, just to kind of highlight we do a lot of seasonal food and have a lot of vegetarian options. Fresh portobello mushroom caps. We grill them, we stack them high, and then serve it with a sauce. Your choice of tonnato sauce, which is very traditional. The next dish we had was our fresh fish, served Oscar style. So when we get the fresh fish in, not only do we have it flown in daily, we have about 5 or 6 preparations that you can choose from. So we'll do it grilled or pan-seared, and then also we can do it blackened or bronzed. And then tonight what we had was the Oscar style, where we serve it with fresh lump crab meat, asparagus, and a little bit of lobster butter that melts down over everything and just makes it melt in your mouth, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Kid, you had me just salivating. This all sounds so delicious.
Everything is really good. And the next item we had was the pork ossobuco. It's like the best pot roast you've ever had. It falls off the bone. It's absolutely fantastic. Last but not least, we had the dessert, our famous sea salt brownie with ice cream.
So your family had the largest restaurant in the Midwest, and then something tragic happened, and you had to shut down for a while.
We did. We had an unfortunate incident that closed the restaurant 70 years ago. So come into the restaurant to find the true story.
It's a good one. She told me. It's a really good story.
Your servers will be happy to tell you when you come in.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you for coming in tonight.
It's been fantastic. Salud.
Absolutely. Salud.
We are so lucky at Real Scene to find such great places to eat at, because that food at Iozzo's looked amazing.
Well, I'm such a foodie anyway, and I love Italian food. I've been to Iozzo's a few times, and their food's always on point, but that caprese salad there is my favorite. I love it.
Well, I can go for any salad right now. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it and watching it.
We aren't done yet, Indianapolis. Coming up, we hit the streets of Indy, and I'm taking you inside the Museum of Medical History.
And we take a look at my road trip to see Naturally 7, plus we give away tickets to Pink Droid.
Equipment for RSTV provided in part by Roberts Everything Photo, Everything Imaging.
Let's check in with our fellow Hoosiers. It's time for TJ on the Street.
I'm TJ and this is Terrell. We're with Real Scene TV, and today on The Circle we're going to be giving away candy from Rocket Fizz and asking people what is their favorite childhood candy.
My favorite childhood candy must be butterscotch.
Butterscotch? The candy that your grandma gives you in church?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. That's all I can think of right now, man.
Okay, well, you still get to pick something out of the bucket.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
What do you get?
Some fun and the bun.
The fun in the
bun? Fun in a bun. How you like that?
What is your favorite childhood candy?
My favorite childhood candy is the,
I can hear you.
the big red lips.
Oh, the wax lips.
Yeah.
Oh, those were good. Yes, work. I heard these are really good. It's like some Australian chocolate.
I won this. Do I tell them?
No.
My favorite childhood candy? I've always been a fan of the sour stuff. Oh, he's got the Sour Patch.
Childhood candy, Pop Rocks, without a doubt.
Nobody said Pop Rocks tonight, actually.
People tripping.
Yeah, people might be tripping.
That ain't cool. I got me some bun. It is bun. Hell yeah, maple with chocolate. Maple with chocolate. I'm with it. Yeah.
My favorite childhood candy is Skittles.
Get the one with the cricket in it. Yeah, get that sucker. Get that sucker.
Okay, I'll get the one with the cricket. Oh yeah, I'll take this one. Yeah.
She got the one with the cricket. Everybody gets a lick.
I got it open.
Okay, the one with the cricket in it. Let's see her do it.
What does it taste like?
Like blue raspberry or something.
Are you actually going to eat the cricket?
No, probably not. I'll completely avoid the cricket.
What was your favorite childhood candy?
Definitely Reese Cups.
Everybody's saying Reese's, and just for
Definitely
that, you have won something out of the bucket.
Awesome. What is in this?
We've got some
Sea
Australian
salt
chocolate.
That's me.
Yes.
Right there.
What's your favorite childhood candy?
Reese's.
Everybody's saying Reese's. And just for, no, that's awesome. And for that, you get to pick something out of the bucket.
Why though?
Free candy.
For fun? Okay.
Yeah. Really cute. Work it. Work it. What is your favorite childhood candy?
Okay, my favorite childhood candy is taffy.
My favorite childhood candy was Drawbreakers.
Buns!
What was your favorite childhood candy?
We want to give all of our compliments to Rocket Fizz. We've given away a whole buttload of candy. And we've actually got our own favorite candy, Chico Sticks. They are delicious. You like your Chico Stick?
Yeah.
We're going to eat the whole thing. They are delicious, and a lot of other people are enjoying their candy as well. Right?
Right.
With the shenanigans this girl gets into, it's a wonder we haven't had any injuries on the show thus far. And speaking of injuries, I took a trip to the Indiana Medical History Museum. We're in the old pathology building of the Indiana Medical History Museum, which was formerly known as the Central Indiana Hospital for the Insane. And I am here with the Executive Director, Sarah Halter, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the room that we're sitting in. And this is the old amphitheater.
That's right. This building was a research facility. It was the pathological department of Central State Hospital, and this was a teaching amphitheater for students. Medical students came here for lectures in psychiatry and neurology, and also viewed autopsies here.
And we took a quick little walk through, and this place is like a time capsule. Everything is so intact, and it's so fascinating for any of you history buffs.
The laboratory closed as part of Central State Hospital in 1968, and then reopened as the Indiana Medical History Museum in '69. And when that reopened, all of the original furnishings and equipment were still here and intact. So what you see on the tour is what they were using here in 1896, when it was a cutting-edge medical research facility.
When we were taking the walk through, there are actual human specimen, human brains that are still preserved in those jars from patients way back when.
Yes, they preserved them as teaching aids for the students, and so they're on display with excerpts from the pathology records that are posted next to them.
So for the chemistry room, you showed me the refrigerator that was purchased in the 1920s, but there was also a contraption in there that was used during Prohibition.
Yeah, the still up in the corner, they purchased that during Prohibition. They had to get a special license in order to purchase it, and then it was tested periodically to make sure that they weren't using it for recreational purposes. The records room is directly above the autopsy room. The speaking tube comes up from the first floor there, so while they were performing the autopsy downstairs, another physician sat at the desk writing notes in the autopsy ledger. In the histology lab, they were studying cell structure and learning about tissue. They were learning about what exactly diseases do to you that make you sick, that sort of thing. And they were using tissue samples that they collected during the autopsies for that.
In the photography room, the camera in there is extremely large.
Yes, it produces photomicrographs, so it's sort of a box camera with a microscope attached to it.
In the chemistry lab upstairs here, there are vials of all of this original, chemicals and serums and things that were used to treat patients that are still intact.
Yeah, they have their original contents in them, and they're things that were used throughout the laboratories, preserving tissue, for chemical experiments and diagnostic testing, developing film. that sort of thing.
Well, you were talking to me about some of the events that you do with kids right here in the amphitheater and on the ground, so right close to Halloween. So, and I mean, since Halloween's kind of coming up, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we do Wizards Academy, so kids come dressed up as witches and wizards, and they get sorted into their their houses, and they go around the building doing science experiments in the labs here.
Okay, to schedule your tour of this fascinating historical museum, you can visit their website or give them a call here, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It's extremely fascinating, and we really enjoyed our visit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't leave us. Your chance for tickets to Pink Droid's coming up, and we're actually talking to you about your recent trip to Cincinnati.
Yes, I got to go see the guys from Naturally 7 before their concert, and I got a sneak peek at their new video called Fix You. And it was really cool because the guys were taking bets on whether or not I would cry. And I didn't, I held out. And I got a lesson in vocal play, so I learned how to be a DJ using my voice.
Pretty cool.
Clothing for Real Scene TV, brought to you by Plato's Closet. Visit us on East 96th Street in Fishers.
I'm your local designer, Nikki Blaine, and you're watching Real Scene TV.
Rashida sits down with Naturally 7 before their concert to talk about making music with their mouths and a lesson in vocal play.
Wow, I just finished watching the new video by Naturally 7. It's called Fix You. Where did the inspiration come for that?
Fix You is the only cover song on the album. As a couple of years ago, we became friends with Coldplay. And, we said, one day we're going to do one of your songs. So we picked Fix You. That song spoke to us, just the lyrics and everything, and the power of the song. Trying to figure out, okay, what would we do to make sure that the integrity of the song is there? Do we, and with what we have with the drums and the bass and the guitars and everything else, we figured, okay, we can do this and bring something, fresh to the table. So that's what we did with Fix You, and it is going to, it's going to be the first thing people hear from the album, which is titled Hidden in Plain Sight.
Explain what vocal play is.
A lot of people might not be familiar with our particular brand, and it is vocal play. Everybody knows what a cappella is. And that's, you sing without instruments. Vocal play means you're gonna sing as the instrument. You're gonna become the instrument with your voice.
Tell me, how did this tour with Michael Bublé come about?
Well, this is actually our third world tour with Michael Bublé. The first time it worked so well that they decided to keep the marriage together. But how it happened in the beginning was our agent in Europe happened to be the son of Michael Bublé's agent in Europe. So at the time when they were looking for the perfect artist to open the show, he's got this big band, so they needed something that didn't take up too much space. So the idea of an a cappella group came. I guess our agent said to his father, listen, you're looking for an a cappella group, Naturally 7 is your group. So we just did that European leg, and Mr. Bublé said, hey, I gotta have you guys come with me to Canada, and that ended up being the States and the rest of the world, and then we did it again, and now one more time.
How do you guys prepare? How do you, set the tone just to be able to vocal play the instrument that?
Well, first you gotta understand the instrument. I mean, you might not play it for real, but you have to at least watch it and kind of learn how somebody that does play it plays it. So in my case, I watch a lot of drummers. I listen to a lot of drummers and see what they're doing and see, their movements and, the whole attitude, and kind of emulate that.
Even though I do play the bass guitar, I'm nowhere near where I used to be. And I think playing the instrument, even though this is my day job, playing the instrument is a liberating feeling. To know that I can play, to know that I can sit down in a gig and just play is liberating. And I'm sure a musician or a real player would say, man, if I could do what you do, that'd be great. So it's always the grass is greener sort of thing.
Yeah. So you're supposed to teach me something. I don't know why I let Michelle talk me into this.
In 10 seconds, you can be a DJ.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Just repeat after me.
Okay.
Say, hear it.
Hear it.
Say, what?
Her what?
Hear it.
Hear it.
A what?
A what?
Hear it.
Hear it.
A what?
A what?
Hear it. Hear it. Hear it. Hear it. A what? A what? A what? A what?
You lost me. A what? A what?
That wasn't bad. It might have been about 12 seconds, but
I
you was.
tried. I'm not in the group. I didn't make it. Well, we had a great time hanging out with the guys from Naturally 7. And if you want to pre-order their new album, Hidden in Plain Sight, for my birthday, go to naturally7.com. And be sure to check out their YouTube page for their new video, Fix You. Don't go anywhere because we still have tickets to Pink Droid. Well, thank you for watching Indianapolis. I think we had a pretty good show tonight.
I'd say so. And a big congratulations goes out to the winners of the Acoustic Live Challenge, with first place being Carrie Godspeed, second place Brad Kleinschmidt, and third place goes to Glenwood Drive.
And we've got tickets to see the Pink Floyd cover band Pink Droid to give away. They're coming to the Vogue Theater on August the 22nd. To win those tickets, just go to our Facebook page and tell us your favorite Pink Floyd song. And as always, we will pick a winner at random.
We'll see you again in 2 weeks on our next episode, August 30th, right here on the couch.
And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter.
Good night, you guys.
Good night.
I was like, and I got to really cool, so I can't talk. I think that was the one.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right,
Hey,
continue.
it's because no one feeds us. We're hungry.
I really am hungry.
We're back. That was so good. An Indianapolis monument to the beginning of psychiatric medical research. And I'm spent. I'm out of here.
Real Scene TV is brought to you by Top Shelf Productions.